So today we're going to be making a mod list video part 1. So as you guys can see, there's a bit of snow, but we're going to move the car around and we can show you one of the first mods, one of the first performance mods, which is this Mbrp cap exhaust. So here's a proper cold start. Around so that we can walk around the car. So I'm thinking of setting up this video as talking about performance mods, visual mods, and then also some coding features as well, right? So in terms of performance mods, as you guys saw, I have the Mbrp cap exhaust. So shout out to Josh and Martin Barkey for hooking it up. It was great fun learning about the whole experience, learning about the exhaust, how they come up with it. So I believe it's going to be up on their website soon. They're making production versions of it soon. But pretty much, I was thinking of going and getting like a Capac custom muffler and resonator setup. But like with my old car, you guys probably saw, right? There was a lot of drone and it was kind of annoying at like highway speeds. So yeah, this is basically a straight pipe, but there's a J pipe right around this like passenger area rear section, and the purpose of that J pipe is just to remove any like unwanted drone. And yeah, so I'll be making like a dedicated exhaust video, but basically it's a straight pipe with no drone, which is honestly the best of both worlds. You get the exact sound that you want, but no drone inside, for those long trips. All right, so I'm gonna be posting the mod list down in the description below. So basically I'm just gonna go over that one by one. So the first thing I have is I got the XPEL 3M PPF just on the front, and I guess on the fender a little bit, and then on the door cups here. So that's just good for like kind of like highway driving and stuff. But sadly, I did get some few rock chips up above, so I do wish that I would have done like the full hood would have been good. And maybe the fenders, but these cars are not that wide, so I think if I was to redo it again, I would do the hood and then maybe the bumper. Next thing is I got 15% tints all the way around, ceramic XPEL as well. So that was also done to the dealer. The next thing, the very day that I got the car, what I did is on the GLI, this is usually black, but what I did is I just wrapped it on top with another gloss black vinyl as well. And this is pretty good for protecting, because like I've seen on my old like MK7 Jetta where I had like rock chips and I just removed it and I replaced it, and it was like good, and it's a pretty cheap way of protecting that. It's not as good as PPF, but it does the job. Next thing that I did was, so I got these carbon fiber mirror cap replacements. So these are actually the GTI ones. So 2 out of the 3 clips line up. It's pretty easy to install. You gotta pop off the glass. That's like, I would say there's a lot of different ways on the internet, people doing it, but I would say pop off the glass. And basically there's a clip here, and another clip here. So I got these 2 to line up, and this one somewhat. It was kind of sketchy, to be honest, but I've taken this at like a lot of highway speeds, a lot of bumps, and seems like it's fine. And yeah, to be honest, like the fitment is pretty good. Like if you look at both sides, it fits pretty nice. The next thing I did was, these wheels are actually silver face and then black, like kind of like background and like wheel well as well. I actually wrapped these using vivid vinyl, and I was honestly just experimenting just to see how long it lasts. But I've driven it through the snow, winter, different weathers. I've washed it. I literally washed it just like my wheel brush, like with my wheel brush and everything. The only thing I don't do is I haven't used any wheel cleaners, because like I've tried just testing like another piece of vinyl just to see how wheel cleaner works on it, and kind of like fades it. So that's pretty good. Like if you look, basically what I did is I just wrapped here and then I kind of tucked in the edges. So when it's clean, it doesn't look bad. When it's dirty, you can kind of see like that kind of like excess material. But other than that, it's pretty nice. Another thing is, on the stock GLI, this whole lip is kind of like this matte material, which I don't like, and I've noticed that it was getting dirty. So what I did is I just wrapped the whole thing in vivid vinyl gloss black. So looks pretty nice. I had some issues at first with the sticking, but what I did is I wrapped it, and then I kept a little bit of excess on the bottom, and then what I did is like I put felt tape all the way across the bottom, and after that it hasn't had a problem ever since. And so with that, if you go all the way to the back, what I did is, you know, I kept it going all the way to the back, and then if you can see these fins, I also wrapped in gloss black. So during the day it doesn't look like much, but at nighttime, like if you know, if someone's like driving behind you and they put their lights on, you can see like the distinctive lines. So that's something, you know, like I'd like that, but I'm thinking of, you know, maybe doing like some red fins or carbon fiber fins, just so that like it kind of like matches the look of the car. Then I believe the next weekend what I did was, after I got time, is I did the amber delete, which I had on my old car. But what I did different this time is, instead of doing the 3/4, I did the full, because these are like the full LED lights. Then I also wrapped the GLI badge full in gloss black. Looks pretty nice. Kind of, you know, gives it a nice look. And then what I did was, if you can see, I wrapped the whole window trim and the B and C pillars. So where this kind of like shines the most is like at nighttime. Because of the tints, it just looks like all one piece, and it looks really nice. I would highly recommend it, because obviously in my old car, what I've noticed was that it was fading, and you know, it kind of looks like really dull. But this, you know, it looks nice, it's easy to clean, and yeah. Next thing I had was carbon fiber key fob. I have a video of that, you know, one of my past videos. So that was pretty easy. It was like a simple mod. The next thing I did was, if you look at the back logo, I did the logo in black and then the background in carbon fiber. So what I'm trying to do is trying to have like the gray, black, and red theme, but then I want to have like carbon fiber on every side of the car, right? So for the back, I have the carbon fiber there, the side are the mirrors, and the front I have something else which I can show you. But also another cool thing that I did was, if you can see if it's focusing, so I tinted the reflectors, and then I added these kind of 3 Y-shaped Lambo Huracan style reflectors. So that came up pretty nice. It looks pretty sick at night. So in terms of tinting, what I've done is, on the 2020s, this part is already red, and I kind of like that look. So what I did is I tinted just the reverse section here. It's a light smoke tint, so it's about like 15% tint, I would say 15-20% tint. And then for the front logo, what I also did is I tinted the front logo as well, so it doesn't look like that like chrome that's just like bright. But I think eventually what I want to do is I want to get like carbon fiber front logo. I think it'll look nice and it'll like accent the car much better. In the front, what I also have is, if you see in like the RS3s, they kind of have this piece in carbon fiber. So I wrapped this whole thing in carbon fiber. I had these as carbon fiber as well, but then it wasn't sticking on, so I just took them off. It wasn't, you know, it's rubber, kind of, it's like hard, rough material, so it kind of makes sense. When I was showing you guys the carbon fiber mirror, another thing that I also did was I tinted these signals in yellow, or like gold, I guess. The reason why I did it is, let me see if I can show you. The actual light is like that yellow tint, so I thought, you know, might as well. Kind of looks nice. I was thinking, you know, debating between like either fully tinting it like in like a black, like a light smoke black, or the yellow. I think the yellow came up pretty nice because it kind of contrasts that. The next thing I did was these side stripes. So if you guys see in like the GTI like performance pack, I think in like Europe, they come with a stripe. And honestly, like the GLI is kind of like a performance pack. It has like the Golf R brakes, has like the DCC and stuff. So I think I have the rights to put that stripe. The next thing is I wrapped the roof in gloss black so that when you look from up top, the whole thing is just one black piece. And the last visual mod, I believe, is this Spoiler King spoiler. So shout out to Spoiler King for sponsoring. It came out really nice. So it actually comes in like that rubber flat black look. So what I did is I did remove the OEM spoiler. I painted this in like Flex Agent paint. I got like a shop icon auto center to do it. It came out pretty nice. If you look from the back, it looks really nice, but I think this is my favorite angle. From the side, it kind of goes with it. All right, so now for the coating, I just start up the car, then I'll give a few revs. All right, so for coating, I pretty much use Carista, and then my friend Connor helped me out with OBD11. For Carista, you can use just the base version and then also the beta version. The beta version has some like a bit more advanced features. In the beta version, if you go under Assistant Systems, you can do the lane keeping assistive. So I think once you add those two options, you get the active and adaptive lane tracking feature. So if you guys notice, like people with adaptive cruise control, it kind of like bounces off the lanes. So what this does, it actually lane centers like an Audi. Like it's pretty nice. Like I've driven other like Audi A4s, Q5s, and it's pretty similar. And so it's a pretty nice feature. The other settings I have, so so I've added the lap timer from the Golf R. Under driving data, I added the refuel quantity. So basically that tells me, how many liters to fill up. I think that's pretty cool. The other stuff, so the other stuff is, so now one of the things I did is when I put the indicator, I think when I tap it, instead of doing the 3 counts, it does 5 flashes. So that's pretty cool. It goes faster. There's also, so the high beam assistant, if you see that A, you usually have to manually put it on every single time. So now it basically remembers the last state, so that way like I don't have to forget to put it on. Another thing I did is, we might have to turn off the car, but basically it's called pulsating stop start. So basically you see how it kind of like flashes before it just kind of be off when the car's off and then on when the car's on. That's pretty cool. Another feature is the passenger side mirror. It tilts down just like the Audis. I don't know why they don't hide this. So the only thing you gotta have for this is you gotta have memory seats, and then you just gotta remember to put your car into the right mirror, that one. So when you reverse, it should tilt down. The other thing I have is easy entry exit seats. So basically if I open, you can see how the seat moves back. So basically from whatever setting you have, it goes back, and then say I start the car, it moves up my seat a bit forward. So that's pretty nice when you're entering exit, because like sometimes I notice I've kind of like hit the steering wheel when I'm trying to get in or out. So the other feature I coded was the windows. So basically now I can hold and it should open all the windows and the sunroof. And then now it also closes as well, which is another important thing. So that's pretty nice, for those hot summer days. So the next two stuff we got to do through OBD11. So usually how the car is there's this DRL, and that's the indicator. So basically when the indicator goes on, this turns off and this just blinks on and off. So what I did was I got it to switch back and forth. And the other thing I did was, usually the brake lights I believe are this. So now before when the indicators were on, it would just flash this on and off. but now I got it to kind of oscillate. So I can insert a clip here to kind of show you how that works. And I believe the last coating feature is I added extra ambient light colors to the inside. So I added like pink, purple, and I think lime green. I think that's pretty cool because it kind of changes also here as well, right? So let's see if I can show you guys. So if you go here, turn it on, go to car, settings, ambient light. So as you can see, I have pink. So that looks pretty nice. You can't really see much here. There's pink, it's lime green, it's purple, and then I just added gray. But yeah. I've done a lot of like really small stuff to the car, nothing like too major. So I think during the winter, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some of the interior stuff, like maybe the door handle trims, you know, some of the steering wheel stuff, like just kind of get rid of that chrome and then add some more red into the interior. I got some paddle shifters on order. And then, yeah, hopefully next summer, I do want to go with some type of tune, depending on, you know, like, you know, what I'm going to be using the car for pretty much. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or you guys want to see me do some other type of mods, let me know.